Check out this week's edition of Team 22 Fishing. Elsie Barnett, Trey Barnett. The battle of father and son continues. All Things Eryon. See you in a minute. Get him, boy. Get him, boy. Get him. There you go. There you go. Oh, man. You missed him? You can't have all that slack in there, man. It's going to give you a false read. Fish him. Oh, yeah. Bring one up in there. Look at you. What I tell you, nice crappie. Nice crappie, Trey. There you go. Good job, man. Good job. Come on up out of there. Oh, yeah. Boy. I'm so proud of you, man. You know that? Roll Tide, baby. Showtime. Look at your boy. You gonna let him take it? Good job, boy. Gosh. Get him? You didn't get him. Keeper? No? Maybe. Gotta measure. How y'all doing out there in Team 22 land? This is Coach Barnett back at you with another instructional video. This week's video is gonna cover the technique that Trey's been fishing with. I've had a couple of people send me some messages on YouTube wanting to know the depth, the range, the type of jigs, the color jigs, and all those things. I'm gonna be honest with you, when you're crappie fishing, color does matter based on the depth of your water. Clarity, you know, lessens the deeper you fish. So color for us is always important, and because we fish so tight in that timber, we know it's gonna be dark and shady down there. We always use dark jigs or chartreuse jigs that carry a lot of color, a lot of flash. So let's talk about Trey's setup. If you, we use a 1/16 ounce jig, a 1/16 ounce barrel swivel. This is a curly tail jig. Your jig really doesn't matter. I like a little action, a little color. Dual color jigs seem to work best for me. A 1.0 hook, and of course 3 beads. And I told you, I always use beads, and I create my own breaks and stops in my line to save myself some money. Trey's fishing with a 7.0 medium action Shakespeare rod, and this thing is super sensitive on the tip. I mean, if a cricket hit it, he'd get a read on it, so it's super sensitive. And of course, it's one of Walmart's favorites, little Zebco rod. I think all of this stuff is great starter gear when you really want to go out and spend some money and start teaching your kids how to fish. I like spin cast rods. I really do. Less tangle, less confusion. Trey's a little ambidextrous, so if you watch his videos, he can either go left hand or right hand, so it looks a little awkward sometimes, but that's because he's more into trying to catch the fish rather than getting his best hand in there and doing a really good technique as far as reeling the fish in. So let me show you how I rig up Trey's setup. And this is what I call double trouble, the best of both worlds. one of the things we always do, we put our hook that's going to have our minnow on it, we put it on top. I'll start with a little small bead, and we'll put a bead on first. Then I'll follow that up with a hook, and we'll loop it, and I'll pull that thing down as far as I can, because I know I need at least another foot between my hook and my jig, and we'll just make 2 knots. And I don't make big loops in here because I don't want the minnow swimming around in circles and tangling themselves. I want the minnow to have enough room to swim, enough room to kick, but not enough room to get itself wrapped up in the brush and all that. So our first stop is the hook with the bead in there, and you can see when that thing is standing straight up in the water, that's the kind of action you're gonna get when it's standing straight up and that minnow can swim all the way around and you don't have to worry about it being tangled. I then follow that up with my 1/16 ounce barrel swivel. I like these little barrel swivels. They're great for starter fishing. I actually like them because they seem to maneuver better, and they fall a little bit different than a bullet weight or a regular egg sinker. And let me clip some of this line off. Yeah, there we go. So we got that on, and then we'll follow it up with 2 beads. I use 2 beads because as those jigs are bouncing up and down, may hear some clatter, may hear a little clinging in there, but that's my first. The 2 beads with the hook. Now this is actually upside down, but you'll see it when I finish, but that's what it looks like. I want my jig to be about 1 foot from my hook. So I'll come in and I'll loop this line till I know I'm about 1 foot. Maybe that's 1 foot, 1.5 feet. And then I want at least 3 to 4 inches separating my weight and my jig. So we'll just loop this line, and I'll take this jig through here enough times where I can get enough knot on the line in order to stop the beads so the weight won't interfere with my jig. So that's my setup. And with the bead stop on there, excuse me, with the bead stop on there, it'll stop that bead every single time. That bead will stop that weight, and you won't have any contact, and it'll look just like so. So when it's sitting in the water, that's your setup. And usually we catch a lot of fish with this setup here. Mostly good sized crappie. What usually happens, the crappie will attack that minnow first. Sometimes they'll attack that jig first. What Trey isn't as good at as I am, when I catch that first fish, I kind of slow play it because I know those crappie are schooling. There's more than one crappie down there. So I let that crappie take that jig a little bit, or take that minnow, just so I can get some action on that sack one. And when I feel that second thump, now I caught 2 at a time. And that's my goal. If I can drop it in there every time and pull out 2, hey, that's great. But this is a good setup to start your kids off fishing with. As I said, my buddy down in Alabama Crappie Adventures, he double minnow. I may try that one day. My shout out to my good friend Remy out there, who's making those great saltwater fishing videos. Guys, there's some good stuff happening on YouTube. Follow your YouTube, guys. Get on there. Let's share techniques. Let's share strategies. Let's share as much as we can, because we all want to be the best possible fishermen we can be. Thank you for watching this week's edition of Team 22 Fishing. Remember, all things Eryon. I love you. Uh-oh, that's 2 keepers. Maybe.
Yeah, that's 2 keepers.
Hey, who is that behind you? Showtime. Showtime.
You know, just waiting for this one day. You know, honestly, it's been a blessing, because I know a lot of people, you know, don't even make it this far, get this opportunity.